Every person in this room has a unique skill set. That skill set, I believe, was given to you at birth. That's why I call it a birthday gift. Here's the problem. You've never opened it. You've never opened it. Now, so here's the deal. This, I think, was given to you at birth. Why haven't you found it? I went to college for 9 years to pursue 3 degrees, and I had not one course in how to find my talent. This is not taught in churches. This is not taught in school. My daughter goes to a private Christian school. I asked the principal one day, where is she going to learn how to find her talent? What class do you have in that? How is she going to bounce back from adversity? Where is she going to learn how to sell and articulate her value? Where's she going to learn how to get back up and keep coming? He said, we don't have any courses on that. We don't have any courses on that. See, this is not taught in any school in America. This is why your kids don't know their talent. So we either end up in occupations, and occupation is that which occupies your time, in which you receive a paycheck for. You check in with time, and you get paid for that time. A vocation comes from the Latin term voice or calling in life. How many of you think you found your calling in life? Raise your hand. Now let me ask you a question. Do you need a lot of external motivation? You need a lot of psyching up? You need a lot of daily motivation to get you all hyped up, to get you going? No, because why? Your job is now your mission. It ain't your job, folks. 67% of people in America say they're disengaged with their work. No, they have not found their talent. So this is it. It was given to you at birth. At some point, we have to find it. Once we find it, it is a long cycle of refining it. Okay? Then we begin to distribute it. This talent brings you energy. When you're in your talent zone, guess what you don't need? Rest. You don't need food. You don't need anything. Because the truth is, if Cody said, man, you could coach these people for the next 10 hours, I would just keep going, man. Because it brings me energy. When you're in your unique talent area, it brings you energy. Think of the things you do right now in your work that bring you energy, that you love doing. Right, Rob? That give you energy, man. That you could do them all day long, okay? We find this once we find it. See, at 25 years old, what did I figure out? I could coach people. I could just coach them over here. Everything I had been doing, I could do over here. See, I kept saying at 31 years old when I retired, I'm supposed to be doing something bigger. I'm not just supposed to be coaching high school basketball. I'm supposed to be going all over the world. I'm supposed to be inspiring people all over the world. I'm supposed to be writing best-selling books. I'm supposed to be coaching some of the best people in the world. This is too small for me. I have a talent, and it's my job to distribute that talent to the world. One of the 5 regrets of the dying, if you study the book from Bronnie Ware, 5 Regrets of the Dying, men and women have similar regrets, and they spent the last 12 weeks of people in their life. And she asked them one simple question: what's the 5 biggest regrets that you've got? Man, I think one of those regrets is going to be, I could have, I should have, I was capable of, but I didn't. I had the talent, I had the drive, I had the want to, but I didn't. One year I wrote 18,000 on a board at my office, and I called my team in and I said, see what that board is, 18,000? What do you think that means? And they said, is it a revenue number? I said, no. I said, that's how many days I have on planet Earth if I live to be 84 years old. So if you sense an intensity about me, if you sense a drive about me, it's because I got a long way to go and I got a short time to get there, man. I got big things to do. I'm not living an ordinary life. I'm living an extraordinary life, and the extra's got to come from somewhere. This is not my job. This is my mission. And once you make a decision that you're no longer playing on Friday nights like a high school person, you're playing on Sunday afternoons like a pro. That's the decision every person in this room has got to make. You leave your amateur desires behind, and you make a decision to go pro. You're no longer playing on Friday nights, man. You're playing on Sunday, because the people play on Sunday make the most money, right or wrong? How many of y'all are ready to go pro? Give yourself a hand if you're ready to go pro. Come on. Now, right now, I'm writing this book on Pray Drive, which is my 17th book. It's how to flip the switch in a person. And that's really my specialty that I figured out over 28 years, man. This is what I do. I know how to activate, go deep inside a person and pull something out, and then inspire them to go do it for other people. It's why 50% of the people that come to me that sell insurance want to speak. They want to coach. They want to write books, because they have a desire to master something and then share it with the world. They don't just want to sell insurance. They want to help other people get better. So to me, part of flipping your switch in life is exposure. 2 of the biggest activators of Pray Drive. Pray Drive is an instinct to see something and pursue it. To see it with the eyes or in the mind and have the intensity and the persistence to pursue it. It has to be activated. There must be a persistence. There must be an intensity. Long cycles of the same thing over and over and over. Now, are you going to get tired when you work long cycles of the same thing? Yes or no? Yes. I rolled over one morning and I said, sweetheart, man, I just don't feel like doing this. I'm tired. I told my wife 5:30 in the morning, man, I got to get up and do it again. I got to get up and do this again. I've been doing this 28 years, man, I got to do it again. I'm not feeling very motivated this morning. And my wife rolled over and she said, then watch one of your videos. I'm like, all right, I see how this is going to be. Guess what I did? I watched one of my videos. Guess what happened? Motivated my damn self. Right or wrong? Come on, you can motivate your own self, man. You don't need somebody else to encourage you. Self-encourage, man. At the end of the day, nobody's going to be here with you sometimes. It's what Grover said yesterday. How you feel about you. You need to feel good about you. You need to tell yourself, I am a person of interest. My positive energy is going to be greater than any negative energy I face today. I will grow up, I will dress up, I will show up, I will grow up, and I will deliver. I don't listen to my feelings because amateur listens to their feelings. I play on Sundays, not Friday nights, folks. You got to make up your mind if you want to get to the pros. So when you're thinking about this exposure, so this is what I'm saying. We go pro in all 4 parts of our nature. The body represents skills. So if I'm coaching insurance people, here's the 4 parts I'm looking. Number 1, the body. That represents skill. Explaining your services is a skill. Closing is a skill. Asking the right questions is a skill. Building momentum is a skill. That's the body. That's discipline. Derivative of the word disciple. The mind equals knowledge. You're here because you want to gain knowledge. There's people in this room that know things you don't know. What will you do to get access to those people? What will you do? The people who coach me are $40,000 and $50,000 a day, not a year, not $997 for a day, $40,000 and $50,000 for the day. But you know what they know? Something I don't know. They know something I don't know, because if I knew it, right? That's your point. Will you pay to get in the room with those people? Skill, knowledge for the mind, skill for the body, desire for the heart, and confidence for the spirit. Some of you don't have a talent problem, you got a confidence problem. You don't believe you deserve to play at the highest level. Confidence is a memory of success. At 25 years old, I lost every bit of my confidence. I was dating a person I thought I was going to marry. I thought I was going to marry so much, I bought an engagement ring. Between the time I bought the engagement ring till I proposed to her, we had a breakup. And I remember sitting down with her that day at that restaurant, and she looked at me, she said, Michael, I love you, but I don't love you enough to marry you. And I was so weak and insecure. All my confidence was tied up in her and how she felt about me. I had disempowered my own self and allowed her to control me. I actually said these words, well, how much do you have to love somebody to marry them? Because I know people that are married that don't like each other at all. That's how weak I was. See how pitiful that was? And we broke up that day, and I went through 6 months of clinical depression. My own mother, who's a nurse, said, man, I can't see you like this. I got to take you somewhere. You got to get better. I can't watch my own son go through this depression. I threw up every morning. I couldn't get out of bed. Had no motivation while I was a head coach because I was heartbroken. When you break a person's heart or you break their spirit, no amount of sales coaching is going to change your life, man. You got to do the heavy work to go the heart and the spirit. And during that period, my stepfather said to me one day, I was looking for sympathy, because when you're heartbroken, you go looking for sympathy and people give it to you. Oh, yeah. It's like, man, can you believe she did that to me? He's like, oh, you're such a good dude. Like, I don't even understand. I can't even believe she did that to you. Like, man, this is so crazy. And all this is what people did for 6 months. That didn't help me at all, by the way. Quit enabling your friends to be mediocre. Tell them the truth, man. So my stepdad, who had never said a hard word to me in his life, one day I said, can you believe she did that to me? Can you believe that? I mean, I'm so depressed. And he stopped what he was doing. He looked at me and said, look, here's what I believe. I can't believe somebody as talented as you. You're the most talented person I've ever met in my life. I can't believe somebody as talented as you would let another person control their future. And it's time you got your head out of your ass and you go do what you're supposed to do. And that's the best thing he could ever say to me, folks. Because I went from grieving to getting angry. And I'm like, he's right, man. I ain't letting her stop me. Some of you letting them stop you. So I wrote a book on confidence because of that one thing. I said, man, I'm going to study confidence. I'm going to break it down. Nobody's ever going to take my confidence again. I'm going to teach other people how to never give their confidence up again. And many years later, I came back and they asked me to speak at my elementary school, where I went to elementary school, and I walked in, and guess who was sitting on the front row? That girl who broke my heart. And I said, I'm going to need to use a PowerPoint for this one, please. And I started off with a slide that had me and my beautiful wife flying on our private jet. And I said, damn, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky to marry this woman. Woo, that was a good one. That was a good one. Always comes back around, folks. Never forget that.